Welcome dear students to our next chapter in Science B, which is environmental management. If you look at this picture, what is the different thing that you understand with regards to this topic that I have written on top? I have written over here effect of atmosphere on human life. Okay. Now, what is the effect of the atmosphere on the human life? First of all, what is the atmosphere? The atmosphere is the things that we live in, the air, the temperature, the sunlight, all these things are part of the atmosphere. And how does it affect the human life? If you look at this picture, you have different things which are mentioned in this picture. So, you have to understand that the atmosphere is basically controlling different things which are part of the human life. It affects the different types of trees growing in a particular place. It will affect if there are mountains in the place, if the region is a hilly region, is it a desert region, is it a cold region. So that also gets affected due to the atmosphere. What different types of plants can be growing in that particular region? What types of birds will be available in the region? What type of animals will be available? What type of fruits and vegetables will be growing in that particular region? All these are affected by the atmosphere. Apart from that, the other thing which also affects, the other thing by which the atmosphere also affects human life is that what type of clothes we will wear. If the weather is cold, then naturally we will have to wear a lot of woolen clothes. If the weather is hot, we cannot wear woolen clothes. Okay, so our clothing also is indirectly, it gets affected because of the atmosphere. Then the type of skin color we have. Okay, if we are staying in a place wherein there is a lot of sunlight, the people staying in that area will become very dark. The skin will be very dark. On the other hand, people who are staying in places where the sunlight is less, okay, they will have a very fair skin. So the type of skin that we have, the color of the skin, the type of clothes that we wear, the type of houses that we have, the type of occupation that we have, all this is affected because of the atmosphere. Now, what do you mean by weather? When we ask someone, we will always ask them, okay, so how is the weather at your place? We will not ask them how is the climate at your place. What is the term that we use? How is the weather? By asking this question, what do you mean? Okay, you are trying to ask that person, how is the weather at your place? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it raining? Is it sunny? Is there wind blowing? So you are asking that person about that particular time. Okay, so when you are talking about weather, it means atmospheric conditions at a specific time at a particular place, which is your weather. So if you are staying in Mumbai right now, okay, I know some of you all might be in the villages. Suppose if I am talking about myself, I am staying in Mumbai right now. If anyone asks me what is the weather in Mumbai right now, I will say, oh, the weather is very dull, it's raining, it's cool. So I am talking about Mumbai, which is a particular place, and I am talking about a specific time. Right now it is the monsoon season, so naturally it's going to be very dull, it's going to be very cloudy. Because of the rains, it's going to be cool. Okay, so when I am talking about a weather, it means weather of a particular place and at a particular time. Now there are different factors which affect atmospheric conditions. There are different factors which affect the weather. We'll see what they are. Sunlight. How much amount of sunlight are we getting? If we are getting more amount of sunlight, naturally the weather is going to be hot. If we are not getting that much sunlight, it's going to be cloudy. The weather is going to be a little cooler. Atmospheric pressure. What is the pressure of the air which is surrounding the earth? Is the atmospheric pressure more? Is it high? Is it less? So that also affects atmospheric conditions. Clouds. The amount of clouds which are present in the sky. If the clouds are more, if there are more amount of clouds in the sky, then you will not get enough sunlight. So because of which your weather will be a little cooler. If there are less amount of clouds in the sky, then you have more amount of sunlight which is reaching on the earth and the weather is a little hot. Rainfall. Okay, so as you know, right now we are already experiencing rainfall. Because of rains, the temperatures are cooler. You have a lot of cool air blowing. The weather is very cloudy. Okay, so rainfall also affects atmospheric conditions. Visibility. Visibility usually gets affected towards the end of the rainy seasons, when it starts becoming more cooler. If you have a lot of fog in the air, if you have a lot of smoke in the air, then you are not able to see very clearly. Okay, so visibility also gets affected due to weather conditions. Temperature, how hot or how cold the weather is, that also affects your atmospheric conditions. Now what do you mean by climate? Climate is long term pattern of weather conditions. Okay, now weather, as I said, is only considering a certain place at a certain time, but when we conduct a study of the weather conditions for a long period of time for that particular place, okay, say suppose we are considering Mumbai, and we are considering the temperature of Mumbai from June, July, August, September. So we know that during June, July, August, September there are rains which occur in Mumbai. The temperature is cool, the temperature is quite cloudy, you have a lot of winds blowing, you have a lot of air blowing. So when we are talking about a lot of time, we are talking about a lot of period. So then we can say that the climate during that particular period is the monsoon climate. So when you are talking about a climate, you have to study the weather conditions for that particular place for a longer period of time. The average pattern of weather conditions taken over a longer period of time for a particular region. So as I said, if we are talking about the climate of Mumbai, we will take whatever is the climate for a longer period of time. We are not talking about a small period. It will be considered for a longer period of time, and based on that study we can come to know what is the climate of that particular place. It shows long term behavior of the weather in a particular place. So based on the study we can understand what is the behavior of the weather. Whether we know that this year in June it is raining. So based on this and based on studies that every year in June the rain starts, we can say that next year also in 2021 also the rains will start in the month of June, because we see a certain pattern. This has been repeated over many years, centuries you can say. So based on that we can understand that there is a pattern which takes place, and based on that pattern we can understand what will be the weather conditions for a particular place. Role of climate in our daily life. Now what are the different things which get affected in human life because of weather conditions or because of climatic conditions? Our food, clothing, shelter, the type of food which is available to us, the type of food, the type of grains available, the type of fruits available, the type of vegetables available. If you notice correctly, during the winter season we get a lot of apples, we get cherries, we get strawberries. We don't get these things in the summer season. Okay, so based on the season there are different types of foods which are available to us to eat. The clothing, in the rainy season we wear raincoats, in the winter season we wear sweaters, in the summer season we wear light cotton clothes. Okay, so based on different weather conditions, based on different climatic conditions, the type of clothes that we wear also keeps on changing. Shelter, based on climatic conditions, if you have seen the houses of people staying in the south, in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Goa, Mangalore, you see that their houses have got roofs which are in this shape. Okay, because those regions have a lot of rainfall. So when the rain falls on the roof, when the roof are in this shape, in a conical shape, the water can easily slide off the roof and it can go away. But if you go towards the north, you will see that they don't have roofs in a conical shape. They have flat terraces because they do not get that much amount of rainfall over there. So they don't require conical shape roofs. Okay. So depending on where we are staying, our shelters are also different. We build different shelters based on the climatic conditions of that particular place. Occupation, the type of work that is done. Okay, for example, in Assam, you have people growing tea leaves, you have people growing coffee leaves. But in the south, you might not, on the western coast, for example, in Mumbai, you don't see anyone growing tea leaves, or you don't see anyone growing coffee leaves, because our occupation, because of the weather conditions in Assam, the weather conditions are different, which is more favorable for the growth of tea leaves. But in the west, say suppose in Mumbai, we cannot grow tea leaves because the weather conditions are different. Okay, so based on where we are living, the occupation can also change. The agriculture, just like as I said, in the north we do not get more coconuts, but if you go towards the south, coconuts are available a lot. So our occupation, the agriculture, the types of things which are grown in the farms, all this are affected because of the weather, because of the climate. Construction of runways, seaports, bridges, skyscrapers. How the bridges are constructed, how highways are constructed, how the sea link was constructed, how different types of bridges are constructed, big skyscrapers, where they are constructed, how they are constructed, all this depends upon weather conditions. If we do not take weather conditions into consideration and then go about building different types of things, then it can happen that these things that we are constructing can break or it can get damaged. So when human beings are building runways or highways or bridges or big skyscrapers, they have to look at the weather conditions of that particular place. 23rd March is celebrated as World Meteorological Day. This is one date which you have to remember. Okay, so next, human progress is related to a conducive climate and geography. How much are the human beings able to succeed, or how much successful they are in life? This also depends upon the conducive climate, the overall climatic conditions and the geography of the place. Where is the place located, how far it is from favorable conditions around it. All this is taken into consideration, and based on that, the human successful life is also based on it. Humans have developed a time schedule for their lives based upon centuries of climatic experiences. Human beings have taken into consideration how the climate has been year after year after year, and based on that they have made a certain timetable for themselves. For example, if we look at our school life, we start our school from the month of June and it ends in the month of April. Then May, around April, the mid-April up full May and mid-June, that is when the summer, it is the summer season. So that is when the temperatures are very high and it is very uncomfortable. So that is the time we give a break to the schools, students go for their vacations. So why is it that we have only these months considered as a vacation? Because it is a study which has been done, and based on which we know that every year the summer season is going to be in these particular months only, and it is going to become very uncomfortable. So it is better that the students go on vacation, enjoy themselves, have a break. So we have developed this timetable based on our weather conditions. Scientists study climate in view of its effect on agricultural production. Apart from this, scientists also look into weather, or they study the weather, because they have to understand how to develop agriculture, how is it possible for more amount of food to be made available to people, how can they increase the production of agriculture. They have to study that, and for that they have to understand weather conditions. Meteorology. Now what is the meaning of meteorology? It is a science that studies the interrelationships between the various components of the air. Your air is made up of various components like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide. So all that is taken into consideration. Apart from that, your natural cycles, that is your water cycle, your oxygen cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, all those are taken into consideration, and the geological movements of the earth and the climate. Geological movement of the earth means how is the earth revolving around itself and how it is revolving around, how is the earth rotating around itself and revolving around the sun. So that is your geological movement of the earth. And the climate, how is the climate of a particular place on the earth based on its position around the sun. So all this is taken into consideration, and there is a study which is there for it. That study is called as meteorology. It includes the study of storms, clouds, rainfall, thunder, lightning, etc. So apart from all this, it also includes how is it that storms are formed, how strong the storms are, how clouds are formed, how much amount of rainfall will a particular place get, will there be thundering, will there be lightning. All this thing is also studied under meteorology. Depending upon these factors, weather forecasts are made. So based on all these different types of studies which is done by scientists, based on all that, people can say, or the scientists can say, whether it is going to be a good weather or whether it's going to be a bad weather. Weather forecasting can be made based on all these different types of studies. So here you have a weather forecaster. You must have seen it on your TV channels during the news, wherein they come and they tell you about temperatures, about the rainfall, whether it's going to be rainy, whether it's going to be cloudy. Oh, so that is a different type of information that they give. And you must have even seen this different types of maps that they show during cyclones and all that. So if you look at this map, wherever it is white, it means that that place is going to receive a lot of rainfall. Wherever it's black, it means that it's clear, that place is not going to receive any rainfall. So this study is done by the meteorological department, and we have people informing us about it. Why is it required that they should be showing about weather conditions on the news? It is very important for us to know what the weather is going to be. We are the common people, we are traveling, we are going to school, we are going to work. So we should know whether it is safe for us to move out of the house, okay? Whether it is going to be raining a lot, whether it is going to be flood, whether it's going to be a storm coming. So if we do not know, what might happen is that we might get caught up in that particular somewhere outside in that particular place, and we might, it can even cause a lot of danger to our life. So it is very important for us to know about weather conditions. So as I said, it is useful to common people, it is useful to farmers. Farmers should know what the weather conditions are going to be, so that they can plan out how they are going to take care of their crops. To fisheries, people who go for fishing, the fishermen who go in the deep sea for fishing, they also should know the weather conditions. Otherwise, if they go into the stormy weather, it can happen that they might lose their life. Aviation services, the airport authorities, they should know what the weather is, because they cannot do landing or takeoff of the planes in stormy weather and all that. So visibility should be good. So for them, it is also important that they know what the forecast of the weather is. Then water transport, the ships and all which are carrying cargo or carrying the cruise ship which carry people from one place to another, they should also be knowing about weather conditions. And various other organizations, various other departments also should know. Basically everyone should know what the weather conditions are going to be, what is the weather forecast, not only for their own safety but for the safety of everyone around us. Now the Indian Meteorological Department, the head office is based in Pune. This is a picture of it. This is the logo of the IMD, or the Indian Meteorological Department. So you have these scientists who are working over there. They have a lot of computer screens in front of them, which gives them different types of information, and based on that they are able to make the weather forecast. Now we have something called as the monsoon model. Monsoon models are what is used to make predictions about monsoons in India. Okay, so whether it's going to be cloudy, whether it's going to be sunny, whether it's going to be raining heavily, is there going to be thundering, lightning, is it going to be a clear sky, is it going to be raining a lot, is it going to be raining very less. So all this information is collected based on certain monsoon models. Okay, monsoon models are of three types. You have mathematical or dynamic models. These models are based on a lot of mathematical equations, based on a lot of maths. Then you have a holistic model which is based on the total overall information. And finally you have statistical model, wherein based on statistics you can understand what the rainfall is going to be. Okay, so with this we stop for today, and we will continue this chapter in the next class. Till then I request you to go through your chapter, read your textbook very well. Okay, so till the time that we meet again, stay safe, stay happy. Bye.